Placing containers may seem routine, but it demands precision and experience. These massive metal boxes are stacked using cranes, often several stories high. During a discharge operation, one wrong move can lead to chaos. In this case, a worker miscalculated the stack height, pushing it beyond the recommended limit. A top container slipped and came crashing down, damaging the ones below. Fortunately, no one was injured, but the scene served as a clear reminder. In port work, even a moment's error can cause thousands in losses and put lives at risk. In early 2013, a devastating incident took place at Hong Kong's Kwai Tsing container terminal. 3 shipping containers fell from a gantry crane, and one of them landed on the rear of a small van, leading to a fatal outcome. The terminal's cranes are designed to safely carry up to 5 containers, but on that day, one crane was overloaded with 6. This overload likely played a significant role in the tragedy. Investigations later revealed that negligence by the crane operator was a contributing factor in the accident. In January 2016, during the Clipper Round the World Yacht Race, a crew spotted a haunting scene off the coast of the Philippines. A drifting yacht, its mast broken and hull battered, seemed abandoned. When the sailors boarded, they came across an unexpected sight. They found a mummified body of a German sailor still seated at his chart table. The dry, salty air had preserved his body, frozen in time. In a way, it was a strange parallel to the mummies of Egypt, where the earth and air did all the work, keeping things frozen in place for centuries.
Personne à bord? Nobody on board?
What the f is that noise, bro?
A fisherman was out on the water when he began hearing strange, high-pitched calls echoing across the ocean. At first, he thought it was dolphins, but the sound was odd. He recorded the sight and uploaded the video, which quickly gained attention. People online began speculating that they were mermaids yelling. He claimed that the video was removed shortly after posting, and soon after, government boats were spotted near the area. Many believe what he recorded wasn't marine life, but a classified test or something far older, hidden beneath the waves.
Where are you?
Kids love to play hide and seek, but this time, the hiding spot almost turned risky. In January 2023, dock workers in Malaysia were stunned when they opened a shipping container and found a young boy inside. The boy, Fahim, had been missing for days in Chittagong, Bangladesh. Turns out, while playing with friends, he had accidentally locked himself inside the container. It was then shipped off, with him inside. Thankfully, he was rescued alive at Westport Port Klang, though weak and shaken. After recovery, he was safely sent home with help from officials. Honestly, that's one game of hide and seek he'll never forget. A newly hired night worker kept hearing strange sounds near the loading area, so he followed the noise, and it led him to a container at the far end. Its door was slightly open, and what he saw inside made him freeze. There was a creature with sharp features that didn't look human. He ran. Getting close wasn't a good idea, and this wasn't the first time. In another case, 2 workers saw a beast-like figure wandering the dock. They tried trapping it with a net, but it broke through like it was nothing. Word spread. Some called it a skinwalker. Others say it slipped up, and that's when its real form showed. On average, 1,390 containers are lost at sea every year, and most are never recovered. A ship crew spotted one. It was spotted floating off the coast in the Indian Ocean, gently rocking in the waves. Curious boaters tied ropes around it and pulled it closer. With no crew in sight, they decided to cut it open using a saw. What they found inside was shocking. Brand new iPhones, box after box, stacked like treasure. Since retrieving fallen containers is considered too risky, many are simply left behind. Looks like this one found a new home, just not the one it was shipped to. In January 2022, a fisherman off the coast of Rio Grande do Sul, Brazil, captured a video that quickly spread across the internet. He was speeding through the water at night when a strange creature began following his boat, leaping out of the waves with glowing eyes. The animal stayed close, its eyes reflecting brightly in the dark. Viewers online debated what it could be. Some said it looked like a curious seal or dolphin. Others believed it resembled a leopard seal, known to grow up to 4 meters long and capable of high-speed swimming. Experts believe the glowing effect likely came from the tapetum lucidum, an eye feature common in nocturnal animals.
35 people from the Indian subcontinent were found crammed in a shipping container.
In August 2014, a chilling discovery was made at Tilbury Docks in Essex, UK. As dock workers unloaded a ship from Zeebrugge, Belgium, they were alarmed by screaming and banging sounds coming from one of the shipping containers. When they opened it, they were shocked to find 35 Afghan Sikh migrants. Among them were 20 adults and 15 children trapped inside. The horrifying scene prompted Essex police to launch a homicide investigation, working with Belgian authorities and Interpol. They decided to trace the container's origins and identify the traffickers behind this cruel act. Just like landing a plane, parking a ship requires incredible precision. A video recently went viral, showing the tense moment a massive ship was carefully parked in the dock. Panic set in as workers scrambled to get into position, guiding the colossal vessel to its designated spot for repairs. And as it finally settles into place, it leaves you wondering, how on earth do they manage to keep such a giant from tipping over? It was supposed to be a routine operation at the Frankfurt Eastport terminal. A crane was unloading a cargo container from a truck, but something went wrong. As the container was hoisted into the air, a twist lock fastener remained locked, preventing it from separating from the trailer. The crane kept lifting, and the trailer slowly rose several meters off the ground, still attached to the container. Then with a sudden jolt, the fastener failed, sending the trailer crashing back down. The incident, caught on camera, raised concerns about handling procedures.
Oh my gosh!
Shocking footage appeared on the internet showing the moment when chaos broke out on a cruise ship after it suddenly jolted mid-journey. Passengers described hearing a loud, echoing bang before the entire ship began to shake. Panic briefly spread as no one knew what had happened. Some thought it was an engine failure, others feared the worst. The 848-foot-long Norwegian Sun was sailing through icy waters near the Hubbard Glacier in June 2022 when it happened. Only later did the truth come out. It had collided with a massive iceberg. The ship was forced to turn back to Juneau for inspection before continuing at reduced speed to Seattle. It was a close call, but luckily, everyone was safe.
It's Titanic!
Midnight and we are officially on strike.
Concerns over unsafe working conditions, unresolved contract negotiations, and a spike in container-related accidents pushed tensions to a breaking point. On October 1st, 2024, tens of thousands of dock workers across the US East and Gulf coasts launched a historic strike, the first coastwide walkout in nearly 50 years. Around 45,000 workers shut down operations at 14 major ports, including the nation's busiest, the Port of New York and New Jersey. The strike brought crucial shipping routes to a halt, disrupting nearly half of all US import and export traffic and sparking nationwide concern over labor rights and port safety standards.
There is no way that we are going to lose this fight. I promise you that.
A mysterious creature surfaced in the Pearl River in Guangzhou, and the internet couldn't look away. In a viral video, the massive figure emerged near a bridge, stunning onlookers. It only stayed above water for a few moments, but that was enough. Its size was far bigger than any known river animal in the region. Before anyone could get a closer look, it slipped back underwater, leaving behind a trail of violent ripples. The footage sparked wild theories online. Some compared it to the legendary Kraken, a sea beast said to drag ships and sailors into the deep. If that theory holds any weight, those familiar waters might not be so safe anymore. A peaceful day of surfing turned into an unforgettable adventure for a traveler near a remote island. As he paddled, enjoying the gentle waves, he suddenly felt a presence beneath him. He glanced down and got scared when he saw the massive black and white body of an orca gliding under his surfboard. Orcas, known as killer whales, are among the ocean's top predators, and the sight of one so close must be terrifying. But after what felt like an eternity, the orca finally swam off, disappearing into the depths. The surfer, both shaken and relieved, continued his ride, thankful to have made it out safe.
Stop the rip! Stop the rip now! You've been warned!
Border Force is just as active on the water as it is on land. In June 2024, officers were part of a high-speed chase off the coast of Suffolk. The target was two smugglers who had hidden substances worth 39 million pounds aboard their boat. When the officers moved in, one smuggler jumped overboard and started swimming toward the shore. Meanwhile, the other desperately tried to restart the engine and flee, but it wasn't enough. The boat ran aground, and after a brief pursuit, both suspects were caught. Their escape was as short-lived as their chances of getting away. Greenland Sea encounter. On March 6, 2013, a deep-sea expedition in the Greenland Sea took a strange turn. Scientists were startled when a creature bumped into their submarine. It had webbed hands, and its shape looked eerily human. For a moment, it pressed against the glass as if warning them to leave. Just weeks later, on March 27th, all further expeditions in the area were abruptly banned. No explanation was given. Online, theories started coming. Some were convinced it was a mermaid. Others said it looked more like an alien. Either way, people believe whatever was found wasn't meant to be seen.
I think it's alive.
In God Ridge, Ontario, Canada, a mysterious object was caught on camera by a local. He observed a large disc-shaped figure in the water. It seemed to breathe, expanding and contracting in the lake's depths. Some thought it might be a stingray, but the unusual shape sparked other theories. The sighting occurred near a local nuclear power plant, leading some to speculate it could be a mutated creature, possibly the result of radiation exposure. This strange, unidentifiable object left everyone questioning whether it was a new species or something else entirely.
I don't know what it is.
In Bangkok, a massive ivory seizure has shocked the world. Authorities uncovered 4 tons of African elephant tusks worth an astounding $6 million. They were hidden in containers labeled as dried beans, arriving from the Democratic Republic of Congo, and were en route to Laos. This is Thailand's largest ivory bust ever, marking a significant win in the battle against illegal wildlife trafficking. The shipment was intercepted on April 18, 2015, after a tip-off led authorities to the hidden stash. The shipment's owner is listed in Laos, and authorities there are now being notified to take further action. 2 divers in the Black Sea experienced a surprising moment that left them in disbelief. While one was posing for a photo, 2 massive creatures swam by. Their long necks and short tails were unmistakable. Plesiosaurs, creatures that were believed to have vanished over 65 million years ago, alongside the dinosaurs. It was thought they went extinct in the late Cretaceous period. However, scientists believe these ancient creatures once thrived in the Tethys Ocean, an ancient body of water that existed where the Black Sea is today.
Look.
Beachgoers were enjoying their time when one sharp-eyed individual spotted a strange shape on the horizon. It appeared shadowy, almost like a ship, but something about it felt off. As he stared, the realization hit him. It was a ghost ship. These mysterious vessels are said to roam the waters, often appearing to save people from drowning. Many survivors have described an unknown force helping them when they were stranded in the middle of the sea, with no help in sight. The ghost ship, often feared, might just be there to rescue those in need. While cruising near a glacier, a group of tourists noticed sudden movement in the icy water. Moments later, a massive tail appeared near their boat, but the rest of the creature never surfaced. The footage was uploaded online, and reactions were mixed. Some were sure it was a sea monster, while others argued it was just a whale covered in barnacles. And to be fair, barnacles are common on whales, especially in Antarctic waters. Still, many pointed out that the shape didn't quite match anything we've seen before. In November 2013, a shocking sight was captured off the coast. A massive creature charging at a whale. It looked eerily like the Megalodon, the giant shark thought to have gone extinct millions of years ago. Experts believed many sea creatures from that era had long vanished. This encounter raised an intriguing possibility. The ocean has changed drastically since the Megalodon's time, making it hard to imagine such a giant surviving. But could it be that some legends, like the Megalodon, never really disappear? After all, the ocean still hides many secrets. Maybe we've only scratched the surface of what's out there. Beachgoers were stunned when they stumbled upon a giant fish washed up on the shore, but it wasn't whole, only the front half remained. The back was gone, as if torn off, with deep bite marks carved into its side. Its wide mouth and flat circular body made them identify it as a mola mola. These creatures are huge, but they're also slow, an easy target for predators. What truly unsettled people were the teeth marks. They didn't match any ordinary shark bite. Some began to wonder if something far bigger was lurking out there, something no one was ready to meet. After that, many locals chose to stay off the beach just in case. An explorer visiting a remote island in India spotted someone swimming just off the shore. That alone was strange. The island was isolated and barely anyone ever visited. Curious, he stayed hidden and kept watching. What he saw next left him frozen. The figure moved, but when it turned, he noticed something odd. The upper half looked human, but the lower half had a long fish-like tail. Wait, a mermaid? While many brushed it off as just another myth, maybe these beings purposely choose places where no one is supposed to look. A tourist standing by the weir noticed strange ripples slicing through the water. At first glance, it looked like a shark, but then he saw 3 fins, not one, rising above the surface in an odd formation. For a second, he froze. It didn't move like any fish he knew. The spacing of the fins, the speed, it almost felt like a sea legend coming to life. But before he could get a closer look, the creature slipped beneath the surface, vanishing without a trace. This tourist might have just witnessed one of the water's quiet secrets.
Look at that.
In early January 2023, a charter boat captain in Morehead City, North Carolina, recorded something strange moving through the Bogue Sound inlet. The creature was dark, smooth, and gliding just beneath the surface. As the video spread online, so did the theories. Some were convinced it was an alligator. Others guessed a manatee. A few even joked it was the Loch Ness monster on vacation. But eventually, the mystery was solved. The captain later confirmed it was a North Atlantic right whale calf, one that had likely gotten separated from its mother. In early February 2022, a shocking video surfaced online showing a massive spill of over 100,000 fish floating across 3,000 square meters of the Atlantic Ocean near France. Sadly, they were all lifeless. The cause was traced back to the Dutch-owned world's second largest fishing vessel. The vessel's owner claimed the spill occurred after the net ruptured due to the unexpectedly large size of the catch. However, environmental group Sea Shepherd disputed this, suggesting the fish were intentionally discarded as unwanted bycatch, which is banned. The site makes you wonder how much of this is happening behind the scenes. The sea has its own creatures, sharks, jellyfish, strange glowing fish, but this time, a land animal was out for a swim. During a routine patrol in 2017, near Kokilai, Sri Lankan naval officers noticed a dark shape floating in the waves. It was an elephant that had been swept nearly 10 miles out to sea. Struggling to stay afloat, it used its trunk like a snorkel just to breathe. The Navy acted quickly. Teaming up with wildlife officials, they secured ropes around the animal while several boats gently towed it back to safety, and somehow it survived. The elephant made it back home, but no one ever expected to find one that far from land. A video recently surfaced online showing what looked like a massive moving mass beneath the water's surface. But the truth turned out to be much simpler, revealing nature's incredible ability to surprise us. On December 21st, 2022, off the coast of Eilat Bay, Israel, a school of striped eel catfish, locally known as Nasrallah fish, was seen forming a dense, synchronized ball in the water. The spectacle, which was captured by Doron Barash of the Israel Nature and Parks Authority, stunned viewers. A fisherman out at sea one day came across a sight that left him completely puzzled. After spending years in those waters, he thought he'd seen it all, until now. Just beside his boat, a strange creature floated near the surface. Its tentacles moved slowly, swaying in the current. He recorded the encounter, and when the video made it online, theories started coming. Some viewers claimed it was a twin mutant octopus. Others were convinced it was something not from this planet. Many pointed to the long-standing theory that aliens might actually live underwater, hidden in the deep where no one can reach. Locals at a beach in Haiti gathered in shock when a giant creature washed ashore. It looked lifeless, but its massive size made it impossible to ignore. A group of people worked together to drag it closer to the sand, struggling against the weight. The body was already partially decomposed, making it nearly impossible to tell what it really was. Some insisted it was just a whale, badly decayed by the sea, but others weren't so sure. With its strange shape and exposed structure, many believed they were looking at a sea monster.
Boy.
On August 6, 2007, during a Fisheries and Oceans Canada groundfish trawl mission in the Gulf of St. Lawrence off the west coast of Newfoundland, a surprising encounter took place. A whale carcass, likely an immature fin whale, was spotted drifting in the waters. What was even more shocking occurred a few days later when the same carcass was spotted again in the ship's path as they returned south. The remarkable thing about this was the possibility that the carcass hadn't drifted far. It seemed that the Gulf's waters in this area had little circulation, possibly creating a risky zone where things float without much movement. Egypt is known for its ancient mummies and grand pyramids, but it has more to offer than just that. Tourists in the Red Sea recently captured footage of what appeared to be a mermaid. The Red Sea, estimated to be around 13 million years old, has long been a place of mystery, with tales of strange beings whispered through the ages. Could there be a link between these legends and the sightings today? The Earth is already struggling with its ecosystems, and then there are attempts like this. At City Airport Customs, a routine check on a passenger flying from Bangkok led to an unsettling discovery. Carrying 2 suitcases, the man claimed they were filled with nothing but toys. Suspicious, the officers opened the bags, and inside they uncovered 15 baby ball pythons and an African squirrel, all being smuggled across borders. In another failed attempt by the sea, Sri Lanka Coast Guard intercepted a local fishing trawler on July 7th, 2024. Inside, he found several bird and reptile species, including 13 pythons, a monitor lizard, a tortoise, and 3 parrots. Incident sparked concerns over illegal trafficking. People rushed to the coast in China after a strange scene began spreading online. A video filmed at night showed a creature lying on the shore, its tail slowly moving. The clip didn't reveal much, just a glimpse of a long, scaly tail and a group of officials surrounding the body. The upper half was completely covered. Viewers were quick to speculate. The creature was about 2 meters long, and some swore it looked like a mermaid. The crowd kept growing, hoping to get a better look, but authorities kept the area restricted. No one confirmed what it really was, but people online are saying maybe the legends weren't so fictional after all. A strange video appeared online, showing a group of people filming something behind a glass wall. The creature inside had haunting eyes, long tusks, and a thick coat of fur. The video quickly sparked debate. Some believed it was a woolly mammoth preserved in a museum, fascinating visitors. But others pointed out something odd. Just for a fraction of a second, the creature seemed to move. Mammoths have been gone for thousands of years. So how could that be? Mars might have water, but here on Earth, a fisherman claims he's found Martians in the sea. A Russian trawlerman, known for sharing strange deep-sea finds, posted a video that left viewers in shock. On the railing of his ship sat a bizarre gray creature. Its head was smooth and round, with tiny eyes and a mouth that seemed almost artificial. The internet went wild, with comments suggesting it was an alien or a mutant, but marine experts quickly stepped in to set the record straight. The creature, they explained, is a smooth lumpsucker, a deep sea fish that thrives in the dark, cold depths of the ocean. Catfish come in all shapes and sizes, but this one looks straight out of a legend. A man was on a picnic with his family, casually fishing by the riverbank when his line went tight. What came thrashing out of the water left everyone stunned. It was a massive catfish, far bigger than anything he'd expected. It looked even larger than the 342-pound Lau Lau caught in Brazil back in 2009, which held the record for the biggest catfish ever. This one seemed to break the record. A sailor at the port noticed what seemed like a log floating in the water, but as he got closer, he realized it was moving. The head was visible, and the creature's sleek body was scanning its surroundings. Using its flippers, the creature moved with surprising ease. Speculation quickly spread. Some believed it was the Loch Ness Monster, while others suggested it might just be a seal caught on driftwood, struggling to escape. Moments like these remind us that what we first see might not always tell the whole story. Japanese sailors once returned from Antarctic waters with strange stories of massive, white, human-like figures swimming beneath the ice. They were dismissed as myths until a video surfaced. The footage showed a pale shape gliding just below the surface. These creatures were called Ningen, meaning human in Japanese. At first, many thought it was just a submarine, but the slow movement told a different story. Now, with advanced ROVs diving deeper than ever before, many believe it's only a matter of time before the mystery is solved. While diving off the coast of Taiwan, a group of divers had an unforgettable encounter. They spotted a giant fish near the surface. Its body was shiny and its large eyes stared straight ahead. The fish was taller than them, floating upright in the water, almost motionless. It turned out to be a giant oarfish, around 2 meters long. Known as the longest bony fish in the world, the oarfish typically lives in the deep sea, making sightings like this incredibly rare. Experts believe the holes on its body were caused by a swordfish. Some even speculate that these mysterious fish rise from the deep when strange events happen or the earth shakes. Open discussion. A dock worker posted a strange video online that got people talking. Large shipping containers stacked and locked were out of one of them he heard a disturbing, muffled scream. The sounds were frantic, like something was trapped inside. The video went viral, and everyone had their own ideas. Some thought it was a case of human smuggling, while others believed it was something darker. But just as the mystery grew, the man behind the video disappeared without a trace. Thank you very much for watching the video. Share in the comments and do like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.